In this video, we're going to find the derivative of the tangent of x. We're finding the derivative of the tangent of x. What does it equal? Well, before we get into this, I want to remind you about the quotient rule. So our quotient rule goes as follows. If we want to find the derivative of two functions being divided by one another, we have something like this. Say we have the derivative of f of x over g of x dx is actually equal to g of x times the derivative of f of x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x, and this whole thing is then divided by g of x squared. This is called the quotient rule, something that we saw in class. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this quotient rule and apply it to finding the derivative of the tangent of x. Can you see why? What two functions can we divide to end up with the tangent of x? Well, I'm hoping that you, without thinking about it too long, you can see that the derivative of the tangent of x should be the same as the derivative of the sine of x over the cosine of x. So let's use the quotient rule. So the quotient rule says we multiply the bottom, the cosine of x, times the derivative of the top. What is the derivative of the sine of x? The derivative of the sine of x is the cosine of x, minus the top, which is the sine of x, times the derivative of the bottom. The derivative of the cosine of x is a negative sine of x. And this whole thing is then divided by the denominator squared, which is the cosine squared x. Now let's simplify the top a little bit. Cosine of x times the cosine of x is cosine squared x. Sine of x times negative sine of x would be negative sine x squared, but we're subtracting this negative, so this is plus sine squared x. All of this is over the cosine squared x. Do you recognize the identity that we have on top? Cosine squared x plus sine squared x, that's just 1. So we have 1 over the cosine squared x. Of course, 1 over a cosine of x is a secant. So 1 over cosine squared x is the secant squared x. So the derivative of the tangent of x is equal to the secant squared x. We'll put that result right here. The derivative of the tangent of x is equal to secant squared x.